Good afternoon, everyone. I'm really glad to be here with you again. Let me just introduce myself real quick. My name's Thanaporn Wongpukdi. Now I'm currently a Learning and Organization Development Manager at SCG Decor in Thailand. So, you can just call me as Tum, spelled T-U-M. It's always been a little hard to explain, because it doesn't really have a special meaning in Thai or any other language. But about 2 months ago, when I was running a workshop in Indonesia with a senior leadership transformation team, someone told me, Tum sounds like thumbnail. That really surprised me, and I realized it could actually be a fun way to explain my nickname. And when we give a thumbs up, it usually means something good, or, do your best, right? So, you just remember me as Tum, and no, not like Donald Trump. So, let's jump into part 4 of our Empathy for Achievement workshop. Earlier, we talked about understanding others by looking at both their abilities and willingness. And now, in this part, we'll explore and practice empathic communication together. Let's start by sharing our thoughts about these two pictures. Take a look and tell me, how do you think the communication in these two images is different? Thank you for sharing your thoughts. The key takeaway from these two pictures is this. On the left, we see two people communicating only from their own perspective, trying to make others understand them. That's just communication. But on the right, both people are working to understand each other's perspective. This is what we call empathic communication, or, as we mentioned earlier this morning, being on the same page. Next, I'd like to have a group discussion on this topic. How can a leader with empathy help drive achievement for the team or the organization? Which team would like to share their thoughts with us? From what we've just shared, we can see that empathy is deeply connected to achievement. Here's the key summary of that connection. When leaders show empathy, by listening, understanding, and genuinely caring, it builds trust within the team. That trust then leads to stronger collaboration. And through collaboration, new ideas can emerge, driving innovation, productivity, and ultimately, the success of the team. So, let's take a moment to reflect on our own communication. How much are we really communicating with empathy? We'll do this by looking at 5 key communication behaviors and answering a few questions together. Did anyone answer no to all 5 questions? If not, it means we still have some gaps in communicating with empathy. Because these 5 behaviors are exactly the ones that do not create empathy. So, in this final part, we're going to learn and practice the key skills for building empathy. We'll focus on 2 main areas: systematic questioning skills to foster team engagement, and appreciation skills to empower the team. Let's now move into the first key skill: systematic questioning skills. Before we dive into the details of this skill, let's do a quick focus test. I'll play a short video for you. In the video, you'll see 2 teams, one wearing white shirts and one wearing black shirts. Your task is to focus only on the white shirt team and count how many times they pass the basketball. This slide going to explain about why did we fail to notice that there was a gorilla in the video? In just 1 second, our body can take in up to 11 million pieces of information. But we'll have 3 filters in our conscious mind can only handle about 40 of them. Our brain uses these 3 filters automatically. They help us process fast, but they also make us miss the bigger picture. This is why sometimes we make poor decisions, because we don't have enough information. So, we need to pause and slow down this filtering process, and allow ourselves to gather more information before making a decision. So, empathic communication is simply about creating open awareness of situations, perspectives, and feelings. It's the kind of communication that invites everyone to participate and helps us make better decisions together. One powerful way to build empathic communication is through systematic questioning skills, also known as the art of focused conversation. It's based on a simple 4-part framework. Objective, asking, what do we know? Reflective, asking, how does it make us feel? Interpretive, asking, what does it mean for us, for you, or for the team and company? Decisional, asking, what are we going to do? From this process, you can see that people who lack empathic communication often jump straight to the interpretive stage, using only their own thinking to judge and decide. But to truly build empathic communication, we need to start earlier, with the objective and reflective stages, gathering facts and feelings first, before we interpret and decide. This is ORID framework and guiding questions. Let's now practice using ORID questioning to build empathic communication. Here's the scenario. A mistake by a junior team member led to negative feedback from the client. So, I'd like us to work together as a team to create questions, using the ORID process, that will help us build empathy with the junior team member. The next part of practicing ORID questioning is a case study and role play using the ORID framework. Let's divide our group into 3 roles: Managing Director, Production Manager, Maintenance Manager. Each of the 3 participants will receive role-specific information and mission. Managing Director discusses with Production Manager and Maintenance Manager to understand current issues and find solutions to improve overall efficiency using the ORID framework. Now, let's give the Managing Director 3 minutes to prepare some questions. Alright, after your group discussions, let's share some outcomes. Who'd like to go first? Now, I'd like everyone to take about 3 minutes to reflect on what you've learned from this activity and how you think you can apply it, using these 2 questions. Now, let's move on to another key skill for empathic communication. This is an appreciation skills that powerful way to empower and strengthen our team. Before we dive into the main content, let's take a moment to share our views on appreciation. Here's the question: do you think that sincere appreciation is important for the achievement of the team? And why? To reinforce the importance of appreciation, Amy Edmondson, author of The Fearless Organization, points out that appreciation is a key part of creating a psychologically safe space for both individuals and the team. For our first activity on practicing appreciation, I'd like you to write a note of appreciation. Here are the simple steps to guide your writing. Identify a recipient. Think of someone you want to thank or appreciate. Write appreciation. Write a sincere note of appreciation or thanks on a post-it. Sign your name. Write your name. When it comes to giving appreciation that truly inspires, we can follow a simple framework called AARC. That's the AARC framework. Acknowledge, speak about what we have noticed, observed, and felt from them. Appreciate, express sincere appreciation. Request and challenge, encourage them to do what they haven't done yet, and to take on greater challenges. Here's an example of how to use the AARC technique. Now let's practice giving appreciation using the AARC technique. Here's how we'll do it. Each participant recalls a personal story about a challenge you faced and how you overcame it. In your group, divide roles into A, B, and C. Right finger round 1. A is the storyteller. Share your story with B. B is the appreciator. After listening, give appreciation to A using the AARC steps. C is the observer. Assign a score out of 5 and give feedback to B based on the AARC framework. Then, in the next round, rotate the roles so everyone gets a turn. To wrap up our appreciation practice, let's take the note of appreciation you wrote earlier and apply the AARC technique to make it even stronger. You'll have 3 minutes to revise your note and turn it into a more powerful appreciation. And once you're done, please find an opportunity to deliver your appreciation note as you intended. Before we close, I'd like to share a quote from Oprah Winfrey. Leadership is about empathy. It's about having the ability to relate to and connect with people for the purpose of inspiring and empowering their lives. So, I hope today you've learned something valuable and that you'll take empathic communication and apply it, not only for yourself, but also for your team, and for our company as a whole. Let's each share one key learning from today, and how you plan to apply it in your life. And the top 2 winning teams today are